The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex.
Let's go to Scott in Colorado Springs. Hey, Scott, what's going on?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing great, man.
I want to thank you for bringing this Nadex platform to our attention.
Oh, cool.
It's one of the most powerful things that I've seen.
Yeah, it is certainly a platform that not only is neat, but what's so sweet about it, folks, if you haven't tried it out yet, is that when you put your trade on, that is your stop. So what happens is this. Everyone's excuses all the time is that I moved my stop, I didn't put my stop. Well, that is your stop.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's perfect. You can set your trades and go do something else.
Now, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks, to Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, Darryl Mott. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with the Nadex Bull and Bear Binary Option Hour. And, boy, we got action out here this morning, folks. Okay, you get Bernanke out in Jackson Hole, and guess what? We got no QE3. And the bottom line is that you talk about a little volatility in the marketplace. Let me tell you something. It's volatility in spades. What's going on, guys?
Hey, how did my screen start turning red?
Hey, man, you know what? We ordered up that red paint this morning, you know?
I'm telling you, man, look at that. We had a applied deviation level this morning of 1411.50. Thing hit it by 50 cents, and just boom. Can you say gap fill?
You know, there's no doubt the setup was there, no doubt. And what I mean by the setup, folks, is this. Is that, you know, we've been talking a lot about Asia, Europe. Bottom line is that, you know, Shanghai went to another low last night. And,
Absolutely.
You know, it's just amazing, man. I mean, and something you got to understand, folks, they had the S&Ps up almost 13 points. And now the S&Ps are up a point. And let me tell you something. That type of failure at 10:08 Eastern Time, you know, you get ready for a little more action here. Next,
and somebody's taking a bite out of Apple. It's down. It's off 6 points. You know, made that nice butterfly pattern out there. You know, after it made the high, and now that is trading lower. You know, the euro made a. You know, if I've got a 30-minute chart on my screen on the euro out here. And as that was moving higher this morning, it was really doing a couple of different things. On the intraday chart, on the 30-minute chart, it was making a 1.272 butterfly pattern. It was making a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD up. And obviously it's selling off. Doesn't look like anybody wants to go home with euros. But
and you know what happened, Steve? Hey, Darryl, you know...
What you got?
We got I got a bet going with Ilka, one of our listeners, okay?
Yes.
So what it is that this morning when I got up and I saw the euro, right?
Yes.
Man, oh man, I had to basically catch my little plane, get down to the Keys and start fishing for lobsters, man, because I thought, man, she was going to win this bet.
I love it.
I'm telling you, man. I was in that water, you know, going up and down those walls saying, man, I got to get a lot of these lobsters, man. This woman's going to break me.
Well, I was thinking about that as well, but when I woke up, I went back to the daily chart and said, well, okay, all that this thing is doing here, you know, is testing there were three other patterns that came together last Thursday.
You have to love
on the euro as it moved up. It moved up into the neckline again this morning, you know, of an inverted head and shoulders, was testing the 0.786 Gartley sell pattern out there, and, you know, and then it has sold off. So that was really the trade as that area was being tested. That was the easy part of the trade out there. The same thing when I came on the doing the show at 9 o'clock this morning. You had the S&P making on the 30-minute chart making 100% move of a move.
Yeah.
You know, which is absolutely, you know, Tom, it's one of the greatest, I think, one of the greatest tools that you provided to everybody within the TFNN family is how when an equity, any chart that you look at makes 100% move of a move, that is a time to actually be cautious. And that's exactly what it was doing. I mean, the test was at 14.1250, and how does it do this? It gets to 14.1225. You know, and it gives you a nice bearish engulfing candle on the chart as we came into 9:30. You got a lower close as you're coming into 10, and boom, selling off and getting back to its lows out here. Pretty wild.
Oh, you wouldn't believe who we got in the phone. Okay.
Oh,
we got Ilka. Ilka, what's going on?
Oh, my goodness. You guys are counting your chickens before they hatch.
I Hey, listen, I wasn't counting my chickens. I was in the water swimming for the lobsters for you.
Don't lose your wetsuit. So anyways, I'm calling for two things. I did hear, this market is definitely giving a lot of, it's fun. This is fun. What I was really worried yesterday because of the system that I have. If certain things broke, then I would have to do a lot of different recalculations. But I think I'm still in the play. I do not think that 124.65 should be hit. But anyways.
Well, Ilka, the large commercial traders out there, have definitely taken longer-term long positions in the euro out there. So when you really take a look at big money that is out there, they've reversed their positions from being short to long, and that's the one thing that you do have going for you. But today. So it'll be interesting to see how the market closes today. I suspect with it being a full moon, we'll see the market close lower. That actually has a better bullish implication, believe it or not, than if the market closes up today. So we'll just see how this whole thing plays out.
Yeah, or flat. The flat is good as well. Just as long as it doesn't break certain levels, because then my system is telling me something. I have to really do a lot of more work.
Your system's telling you that you got to get to Regina's and get us some pizzas.
No, listen, Tom. This was double or nothing. So
I know.
But I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to go for the Regina's pizza if that thing is broken. So we're doing it.
I just got the statistics on my side. That's pretty good. I like that. You just gave me a little more probability.
Well, listen, you have a wonderful weekend.
Hey, Ilka, have a great one. Have a safe one.
Because yesterday you were saying all the same thing. You had only like 20 pips. You were off. I mean, I was off. I was like 20 pips, and he wins. It saved me overnight, and I think I'm good. I think I'm still okay.
Hey, you need to send a Regina's pizza to Draghi, because the reason he stayed back was, they all knew. Ben didn't decide last night what he was going to say, so they knew what he was going to say, and the message was get back there, stay there, and buy euros. Push that market up.
But Tom, one more comment.
Yes.
Listen, I'm from Europe, but I am full American, and just so you know, my son just purchased a first property. He's 24. And we are full. I'm telling you, I know America is the country to really.
Oh, listen, we're all from Europe. I mean, but I understand what you're saying. It's a beautiful thing, no doubt.
It really is. It gives an opportunity, and it has a lot of potential. And I do believe that there is so much more growth in here. So.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, it really is a beautiful thing, like you say.
Isn't it?
So,
I know.
Mm-hmm. So listen, have a wonderful weekend.
It's always a pleasure, Ilka.
Talk to you guys later. Okay?
Have a great
Bye-bye.
one. Have a safe one. Hey, Daryl, folks, if you haven't set up your Nadex account yet, come over to our website at TFNN, and you're going to see the Nadex banner right in the front. You can set up the account right now. You can test drive it. They'll put $25,000 in funny money in you. What a beautiful day to trade Nadex, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is about as good as you can get, folks, when you get the S&Ps that bottom line, we're up $12, go down to 1. Now you're at 4. So, prior to the market, I mean, talk to us even about the S&P. I mean, you get the euro, you get the dollar, you get quite a few of them out here today, don't you?
Oh man, yeah. Pick your market.
Yeah.
It's all working right now. I mean, right now I'm actually looking at ARBs. So I mean, the thing's moving so fast. There's arbitrage happening all over the market right now. It's crazy.
Well,
you want to see one?
I'd rather start with. Yeah, you can start with one. We'll do a few of them. What happens? I'd rather start with something that's cleaner. Do you know what I mean? An arb is clean, but really not to get people used to it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, we'll keep it. No problem. Let's see here. So obviously we're still going on the. You want to do euro dollar? You want to do US?
No,
500?
what I'd like to do is that the boxes. First, I'd like to talk about the boxes prior to the open. I mean, because what ends up happening is that when you're up those 13 S&P points, I mean, that was the trade. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, to me, it was the trade anyway. Do you know
Absolutely.
That was the trade, and also, one of the things that we're about. I think next week we're launching it. Actually, looks like we got most of everything ready. but they'll have the implied deviation levels out there that I use every day.
Yes.
And it was at 1411.5, which is basically like that's where you reverse. And I mean, just on the money.
So talk to us about what that means first.
Okay, basically what it is, a lot of people, there's like, you've heard of standard deviation levels. It's pretty common. Well, instead of standard deviation levels, this is implied deviation levels. And implied deviation levels are, what they do is they factor in the implied volatility in the underlying market.
Okay.
And the implied volatility is basically a number that you extract out of an option to figure out how much premium is built in there for market expectation. Okay?
Right.
So basically, like right before an earnings call, then options are going to be really expensive.
Yes.
Because they expect a big move.
Right.
On the stock.
Either way.
Okay?
Either way.
Right.
That's right.
And as soon as that earnings call is over, then the volatility comes out of it. It's called a volatility crush.
That's crushed. Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right. Well, that implied volatility lets you know not what happened, but what the market expects to happen. And it's very accurate because it's all the market participants involved.
Yes.
Okay? And so we take that number and then we factor that into a very similar formula to the standard deviation formula. And what that does, it tells us, okay, what should one deviation, what should encompass 70% of all the expected move for one day? What range should that be for every product?
Okay.
And so we're able to go through on every product, and I can tell you, there's like a 30% chance it'll get outside of this level. So, and I mean, day after day after day, I mean, literally, when I say 30%, it's more like one day a month. It goes outside
I'm with
the level.
you. Right.
And so that's a really good point for taking profits. It's a good point for doing reversals and fade plays.
Right.
But if you're going to do a reversal, it's a scary thing. And, you don't want to necessarily just like, hey, the market's running up 12, 13 points. I'm going to go ahead and go short now. So that's the nice thing about Nadex is you can go in with Nadex and you don't have to worry about like it going up further against you.
Yes.
So you go in there and you have that box on. So if you have a box and your box level, let's see, just looking at one right now, let's see, it ran up to 1412 or whatever. So looking at the boxes that are available that you could have played this morning, because that's what we want to do, sort of like look at the setups that happened this morning.
Yes.
Then you'd have to find one that's as close as possible to that price level.
To those highs, exactly.
Yeah. So we got there's a 1410. So that'd probably be the one. Now that'd be a very short play, but I mean, not a surprise there. The one that expires at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay. And what Nadex does is they actually launch out new spreads every hour, like after the market opens. Okay.
Yes.
So so what they're doing is they're allowing you to find ones that have a close floor or ceiling to where the market's currently trading at. And there's one at 1410. There's also one at 1415. That might even have been a little better one, actually. So, and so on that trade, you could have went in, and I can even pull up the chart and tell you the price on it. If you click on the chart button there, those are the indices, bull spreads, US 500, 10 to 12 o'clock.
As you're doing this, I'm watching gold. Gold, folks, just went from 1647 to 1670. Now there's a trade. You stay right there, folks. Steve Rhodes, Darryl Martin, Tom O'Brien, we appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, you get the Dow Industrials up 89, Nasdaq's up 12, S&Ps are up 9. We have gold up 15, 20, silver's up 69. You get platinum up $6. Bonds are up 7 ticks, and King Dollar's down 69 ticks. We're going to be right back.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her Small Cap Roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kay Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Daryl Martin, Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us at the Nadex Bull and Binary Option Hour. And, folks, if you happen to be in Florida, Daryl and I were doing a workshop sponsored by Nadex on September 29th. It's going to be 3.5 hours. It's at the Hyatt in Tampa. It is a free workshop. It's sponsored by Nadex. You can check it out on the front page of TFNN. And, you know, if you're going to go... bottom line, get over there because we are going to be sold out. Hey, Daryl, this is a perfect time now. You know, actually, we were talking about this on Wednesday. You know, you had the acceleration on the way up prior to the market. You come back down, you go back up. So I want to set up a sell inside the S&P right here.
Okay, sell inside the S&P. You're looking at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's one of the cells.
Okay.
And you're going to be looking at the 1395 to 1405.
1405. So let me look. So what you have here, folks, is this. So watch how this is shaking out. This is pretty cool, actually. So what you have is this. I'm just going to use the SPY so you can get the volume characteristic a little bit easier. You know, you had the high out here at 149.51 this morning. Bingo, you get all the way down to 140.41. You get nice volume down there in the 10-minute, 14 million, and now you're back up here with 8. And that's the trade, folks. That's the trade for me anyway.
All right, here's one more I just found for you that looks really good.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and check out the 415, which is even better. Gives you to the end of the day.
Okay.
And more profitability. And that's the 300-point wide 415 one.
And the top of that is what?
1405.
It doesn't get any better than that. So that's the trade. So what happens there is that we're at 1406.75. So so the defined risk on this, set the defined risk up, and then we are, because see, the divergence out here right now, folks, is that as Steve's just talking about, the bonds are still, the bonds really up at 150. They are, aren't they?
They are, absolutely.
So the bonds are screaming, folks. Okay, that there's a little divergence. Look at these things, man.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Well,
in fact, if you switch over to my chart out here, and we got the 30-year bond out here.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of shaded-in boxes here. You're going to talk about using Nadex as a box spread type device here. But these boxes, what they represent are the last two moves up off of any kind of retracement. There was a small retracement, real shallow retracement, that came in off of the high from May 17th, moved back down on May 22nd. And so that box that is drawn in there shows from low to high. Well, the last time that you had any kind of retracement, the low that was put in on June 29th, if I use that exact same box, it takes you right over to the high that was put in on July 25th. Now that we're making a move off of the bottom again that came in on August 21st, just to show you how you have harmonic movements from a price standpoint, the blue box shows that this thing wants to get, close to that 151.18 level.
That's pretty. That's intense. It's particularly intense because you get the markets up too.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and the dollar. What you had, folks, is that the dollar was crushed on price this morning. Then it rejected that swing point of that 81.22, and then it gets crushed again. So we'll see where this shakes out here. But no doubt for a Friday coming into a weekend, it's going to be wild.
Yes, absolutely.
Steve,
absolutely.
what do you have on the DAX right now?
So if we take a look at the DAX is trading out at, give me 1 second here, the DAX is up only 62 points. Okay, well, that's pretty interesting. So let's go take a look at the DAX. We'll put that chart up here on the screen. And so the DAX is right now trading up towards where the open was yesterday. So just kind of an inside day.
Yeah.
No real... The failure right now, I guess, would be at the trading session. Maybe the swing point. The last swing point out there, I guess you'd look at is August 27th, Tom. So the low there is 69.46. It's trading just up above that right now.
Yeah,
but
and
it's interesting. The DAX is, go ahead.
Well, is that we had so much volume on the DAX yesterday. Yesterday, folks, we were down 108 million, and that DAX hasn't done that for a while. So that could be, depending on if it can close under 69.78. That's all it really has to do is close under 69.78, and you get a small ABC down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yesterday when you take a look at the DAX, and I take a look at candle formations out here, what we've got here is it created this little morning star candle formation, a 3-candle formation off of the 23rd, 24th, and 28th out there, and that's the area that held. So it said, okay, it should be a bounce here. But the DAX is selling off. The FTSE's going to be
this
back
is a
to
field
break
day
even here in a minute or two.
Look at this, folks. This is like, man, this is absolutely wild, man. Here comes the dollar. The King Dollar's coming back.
Yeah, gold only up $8.
Darryl Martin, Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. You stay right there, folks.
Tom O'Brien's daily trading newsletter, Market Insights, has delivered powerful results for subscribers, and now is the perfect time to try it out for 2 weeks absolutely free. We're so confident in the value Tom provides his subscribers in his daily newsletter that through Labor Day weekend only, when you sign up for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights, we'll send you a free copy of Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, completely free of charge. Will even cover the shipping cost. Cancel at any time during your 2-week free trial to Market Insights and pay nothing, and keep Tom's free book as a gift from us. This offer is only valid for new subscribers. We've only extended this offer once before, and it will only be active for a short period of 2 weeks. So act now to take advantage of this great offer and be ready to capitalize on a more active, more volatile market once traders return from their August vacations. All the details are on the front page of TFNN.com. Sign up for your free trial to get your free copy of Tom's best-selling book today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Gerald Martin, Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Let's take a look at some of the high-volume stocks, and we'll see whether it's a high or low-volume market in a second here. You get, let's see, Apple's off a couple bucks. We got J.P. Morgan Chase up 31 cents. You get Microsoft up 33. Facebook is at a new low. FB, let's see, she's down pretty good. 1844. You know, so bottom line is that. There's some continue action. That Facebook's on an ABC structure on the way down.
And you got, another 700 million shares or so hitting the market here within a short period of time.
Yeah, I mean, it's you talk about pushing stock out. This volatility, man, this is welcome to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, folks. There's no doubt. I figure, you get 10:35 Eastern Time, and what I expect you're going to see is this, folks. You're going to see the volatility come for about another 45 minutes. Then where we are, that's got 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and then you're going to see some calming down. Because most of these desks are going to basically split out here by 1:15.
Yeah. Well, they're bonds are at the high of their session right now.
Well, and you know, the bond deal is a huge deal, man. I mean, because bonds basically, are screaming here, folks, and it's screaming that, you know what? You know, you're already inside the larger range, which is that 149.08, which I got in yesterday, but, you know, that acceleration is pretty intense, man. You know, this next hour and a half is going to be a trip. And the gold market, oh, my God, you talk about volatile. Woof. Unreal.
Insane. I wanted to do a recap on that trade just so we could wrap up the risk and reward on that last one we did to get everybody up to speed on that one. We were looking over at the U.S. 500, the 300-point wide.
Yes.
And we sold at 13.75 to 14.05.
Yes.
And depending upon what your exact entry was, basically I think we got in, most of us got in around, let's see here, look at my fills, 14.02, so that's $30 risk. Okay?
Yes.
So it was a $270 profit potential. So on that trade. So we're looking at a $150 risk, you know, if you did 5 of them.
Right.
So it was like, what, about a $1,300 profit potential?
Right.
So
and what you have here, folks, and if when you listen, Daryl, of course, has his own show every day, 1 o'clock Eastern time. But when he was on he does an update at the 5 o'clock show on my show, and you know, it's wild, Daryl. Remember when we were going over this on Wednesday? See, this was the classic. You know, you wait for the counter turn bounce to come in. Do you know what I'm saying? Because then what happens there, folks, is that your risk goes down, your reward goes up, and because you're basically using that box, okay, you can take the volatility. I mean, today, you talk about a classic day for a Nadex trade. It doesn't get any better, man. You know what I mean?
Well, on days like this, and we got trades coming up, too, we're going to be talking about over the next couple of weeks. But, next Thursday, that's going to be a day and a half right there for trading. And, we got every announcement on the planet coming out at one time over the course of that day. So that's probably going to be the most volatile day I think we've seen all summer.
That's the 6th, right? Yeah.
That's the 6th. Oh, yeah. It's literally loaded chock full of just announcement after announcement. You got French bonds, German bonds, you got the pound rate, you got the EU rate coming out, you have the ECB press conference, you got the ADP non-farm employment change, you have unemployment claims and ISM, and that's one day.
And folks, so check this out, folks. This is pretty wild. Okay, last night Spain turned around, and Spain doesn't want to go back to the ECB right yet to go get money. Folks, they have to go back. They have $25 billion in bonds that are expiring in October. 25. That's with a B. Hey, Steve, I think they're going to be calling you up. They need some bread.
Oh, no problem.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. It doesn't get any better than this. Let's go over. I want to look at that gold market again, okay? So if you want to hear something that's over the top, folks, in the gold business period, okay, if you haven't seen it yet, what always gets interesting in the gold market, okay, we know you have the political risk, you have the currency risk, and down in South Africa, what ended up happening in the platinum part of this is that, you had this huge massacre, basically, and if you haven't seen it yet this morning, this is like so far over the top, it's insane. The miners, folks, got charged this morning, 235 miners. Okay, so picture, the cops killed the miners. Now the miners got charged this morning with murder. Okay? So we're going to have some volatility, and you're going to have volatility down there beyond belief. Because just to give you a little history on that law, folks, had to do with, now picture something, that law had to do with apartheid. The law goes back to like the 1600s, but they used to use this law when apartheid was on, and so now they're using it against their own people. Is that bizarre or what, man?
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
I read this morning. So picture something, folks, okay? So the cops kill 35 miners. Now the miners get charged, okay? So bottom line is that, there's going to be some more volatility down there.
Now, if folks have never traded gold or silver, I think Nadex is a great platform for them to start with it. Number one, if they don't have the data feed for the charts, they'll be able to get that.
Yes.
I'm taking a look at silver, and when I take a look at the silver contract here, there's a couple things to pay attention to. Number one is this longer-term downtrend line that goes all the way back to the high that we've talked about in silver, back to the April 26 high out at $47. Now, what you'll also notice so far, as silver broke through that uptrend line, what is holding support here, and this is where people can use some multiple tools out there. Number one, silver's coming back to that trend line, but you've also got the 200-day EMA that's holding as a support. So I think what folks can do, one of the trades they can look at doing from an intraday standpoint in trading silver is just simply watch the 200-day intraday, the 200-day exponential moving average. If silver moves down into it, go ahead and fire off a Nadex trade out there.
Nice.
And it's and also pay attention to the downtrend line. So really easy tools for people to go ahead and put on their system, because all charting softwares allow you to draw a line, and certainly the moving averages, is a lagging indicator that works out there. So I recommend folks, take a look at Nadex and setting up some trades on gold and silver. I think gold's doing about the same thing.
Yeah, and so here, walk us through gold, because I know that trend line, we were looking at that triangle. Where do we're still out on the top side of the triangle, Steve,
we
right?
are. Yep, we absolutely are, and it was tested again this morning, tested yesterday, and it's holding as a good area of support.
Okay.
So, maybe gold just simply continues to move back down, and test that area, but it doesn't look like right now. It doesn't look like it wants to get back in there.
And it's interesting because that's why gold is staying on the right side of the 200-day too. When it broke top side on the 23rd.
Yeah,
and
well, people over in Europe, in Spain, they want gold.
Yeah.
What currency? I mean, imagine living over there, and you've got major issues like this going on with your currency. You're not really sure what the end result is going to be, and gold and silver seem to be a pretty good spot to go ahead and at least make sure you're diversified somewhat.
And so watch this, folks. In euro dollars, the closing high is 13.67. Right now, gold is at 13.37 euros. So it's only 30 euros off its high, folks, over there.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you were over there, if you were a resident over there, you lived over there, and all you had was euros in the bank, wouldn't you look to diversify? I mean,
baby, you're not kidding. It'd be a no-brainer. Particularly because, picture this, we still speculate, okay, is it going to break up? Is it going to do that? But you can imagine if you're in your community, when you're talking with your neighbors, I mean, they have a much better feeling of, number one, just how good or bad it is, depending
I think you just say how bad it is. You got Jackson Hole, perfect opportunity. How often is there an opportunity for everybody to get together, sit down for a period of days, sequester themselves in a room, and say, okay, let's fix these problems. We got to create stability in the fiat currencies out there.
Yeah, and well, their large problem, and is that they don't have the guts to fix it. That's the bigger issue, I think.
Well, and the other thing is they may not have the legal ability to fix it. So they're trying to figure that out right now with that whole German Constitutional Court ruling.
There's no doubt.
I don't know if the legal issue, you got Bernanke out here, and what's the word he's using today? Unconventional or non-traditional or what have you. So, they're just simply going to utilize it. They got to sit down and solve the problem. And they just simply haven't done that.
Yeah, I mean, they can do all sorts of things to patch it, but to fix it, they basically need a printing press. Because it's bad over there.
Well, what you have is that, I think the bigger question is that are all those countries going to give up their sovereignty to the banks? Because, folks, when you break it down, that's what it is. You can talk bureaucracy. This is the banks. That's all it's about. You get the ECB. What they did do this morning is this. They gave the ECB, folks, is going to be the only organization that can give out a banking license in all of Europe. They gave them that power this morning.
Okay.
Now listen to this. You're going to love this, okay? This is hilarious because when I was reading the documents, so they will have the only license. And then they basically gave the countries like a few crumbs, and the crumbs they gave them was that, okay, when one of the banks are going bad, well, the country, you've got to close down the bank. And then it has in a paragraph, and the ECB will have some say over that. But the bottom line is that, you know, if in fact a bank's going to open anywhere in Europe, bottom line, ECB has the say now. So, you know, that in itself is saying it all, because he who has the cash wins, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, how crazy is that?
I know, man. It's sick. They're in slavery. All those I'm telling you, folks, Europe is done. Okay, and you know, don't let the USA get done by our banks, because it's real, man. I mean, if you don't think it's real, folks, you know, all you have to see is bottom line is that what happened in 2008. You know, they get basically they get all our money. They get going again, and you know what? Then the squeeze comes on again. So it's going to be wild watching this thing shake out, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Let's go. We want to look at IBM. And the reason, you know, what you had here, folks, is this. And this is always a heads up if you want to just basically, you know, get a bigger picture in the market. IBM yesterday took out a B point of an ABC down. So this morning, Steve, right, I'm looking, I'm saying, you know, I'm thinking of you, I'm saying, because you get a picture of something, Steve, folks, is that, you know, we're up early, I'm seeing these S&Ps, I'm saying to myself, you got to be kidding me, man, okay? And so I went over to IBM, though, because I knew it had taken that B point out with volume. And, and, of course, it wasn't moving. And I says, okay, this is prior. You know, it's up $1.74, folks, but that's not enough right now. And in particular, you know, you came down yesterday with 2.7 million. You got 780,000 right now. You know, we'll see. But it took the B point out, and now what it will do is it's also going to have heavier volume on the weekly. You know, we'll see where it closes out. But you know.
Well, you know, right now what it's doing, which is it's trading inside that July 19th high volume bar, you know, that gapped up there. So that's what's at that low. There was 192.97. So that thing breaks, and you know, it'll go all the way back down to the you know, the swing point low. Well, I suspect that's where it wants to go anyways, back down to 181.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And what's sticking out there is last September, last October. You know, so. When you put it all together, it's we'll see.
Sell, Mortimer, sell.
No, listen, man. I mean, you know, right now I'm just watching this S&P, and the S&P is staying up pretty good. I mean, it's staying at that 1406.25.
Yes.
And you know, as we get about another, I think we got another 45 minutes an hour, and that's about it. You know, if they can keep it up there. At that level, that's where this thing might flatten out. I like what the DAX is doing right now, though. The DAX looks like it can't hold this 69.78 level. And if it can't hold it, folks, that is screaming, okay?
Well, you know, what's also screaming, we don't look at them too often, are the transports. Have you looked at the stock on the transports?
I will right now.
And so that
look
thing,
at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that took out a hammer candle yesterday, which was from August 13th. The low there was 50.24.96, and it's still trading below that. So that says that you know, the transports want to get back into the July 25th area, at least its next target.
Yeah, and let me bring this back a bit. This is really interesting, actually. Look at that.
Yeah.
They might be the first ones, huh?
Yep.
What you have here, folks, I mean, you know, it did the full counter trend bounce. And they actually, you know what is interesting is that they topped out first, too. They topped out in February. And we're going to be into September. Can you believe that, man?
Oh, hey, today's the last day of summer, right? Almost. Not officially, but
no,
when you
absolutely. No, I'm with you. You stay right there, folks. Darryl Martin, Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, you get the Dow up 99, Nasdaq up 15, S&Ps are up 9. We have gold up 12.80, silver's up 45. You get platinum up 11, bonds up 18. King dollar down 52 ticks at 81, and the euro's up 88 at 125.93.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Time is the great equalizer of all mankind. Time doesn't care about winners or losers, who succeeds or fails. Time only cares that you played the game. Question: are you playing the money game? Is your money working as hard for you as you are for it? I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter service, and we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. In year 1, we generated a 30% profit. Plus, I provided 26 hours of live coaching to my clients. My daily newsletter service is available by 8 a.m. each day and covers the stock, futures, currency, and commodity markets, along with all the current patterns that you can trade. Each newsletter is packed with education, and it's yours for as little as $3 per day. And for the next 30 days, you can try it risk-free. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage of TFNN.com and begin your journey to great wealth today. If you're waiting for a better tomorrow, remember this: today's tomorrow will soon be yesterday, and your clock is ticking. Mastering Probability. Now is your time.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Gerald Martin, Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform yet, come over to our website at TFNN. You can test drive it right here, right now. And, of course, don't forget, on September 29th at the Hyatt Regency in Tampa, Darryl and I are doing a workshop 8:30 to noon time. That is a free workshop, folks. You can get all the details on the front page of TFNN. It is sponsored by Nadex. They're bringing you a lot of great education, folks. And of course, today, right after our program right here, we get Basil coming up next from Newton, Mass. We're going to keep you healthy. Nico's going to be on with health signals from 12 to 1. And then we're going right to Dallas, Texas. We got our man Darryl with the Diagnostic Trading Hour 1 to 2. David White back here. Ken Shreve out in California. And then back here to clean it up from 4 to 6. And this volatility is going to be here. It looks like it's calming down a little, but
Well, if you just simply go back to last week, take a look at the S&P closes at 1411. We're trading at 1408 right now. So a lot of activity during the week, or certainly today, but really no movement when you take a look at things.
No, I know, man. There's no doubt it's getting wild. So let's see. So when we get back, you got a 3-day weekend. You have Europe that is opened. And look at this. This is interesting. When you still put this together, there's no conviction, folks. Up nor down. And that's what you have here, right here. So we'll see where this shakes out. What we certainly do have on the S&P is at that 1400. We have volume at that low. So it's like the shot is that can it get down there again today? We'll see.
Yeah. Now, bonds hit if you just take a look at the retracement from the high that was put in on July 25th,
yes,
all the way down to the low. What it did while we were at break is it went and actually tagged the 0.618 retracement, which is 150.06, got up to 150.07. But I'd say watch where bonds close at the end of the day here. It looks to me like what it really wants to do is trade up again. It's just a similar harmony like I was showing on the price movement in those boxes, and that sets up 151.18 on the bonds.
Isn't that crazy how that just hit that?
Yeah.
I'm looking at that right now. That is a total. I mean, how the heck does that happen, folks? Seriously, when you're talking about a figure of 150.06 to 07.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why it's a great tool.
No,
it's a great tool to be able to have in our trading bag.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Oh, look at this. They just goosed the S&Ps again. Okay, we get action. Now your S&Ps, folks, are up 1150. So you get the Dow up 126. NASDAQ is up 21. The small caps here are really interesting because, they were red for quite a while. You got the IWM up 46 cents right now, but you still haven't gone anywhere. We've gone everywhere and nowhere.
That's right, exactly. That was the whole thing of just taking a look at where we closed last week on Friday and where we're at right now. Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm wondering if Bernanke just finished yet. Let's see.
He just got an IM from Draghi. He said, "Hey man, I bought all those euros. Get out there and buy the futures."
Oh, you gotta love it, man. You gotta love it, no doubt. Let's take a look at some of the large caps out here, folks, inside the market. So the large caps, you have Big Mac is up. Well, so check this out. 2 days ago, yesterday, we had all the Dow stocks were red. Well, guess what? Every Dow stock is green. Amazing. Listen, folks, you stay right there, folks. We got Basil coming up next. Nico, Daryl, David, Ken Shreve, and myself. Thanks,
have a great
guys.
holiday weekend.
You have a great one. Have a safe one. Have a great one, folks.